Recently, I've become pretty fixated on the idea of self-portraits. Let me explain. A few years ago, Johnny, a good friend and former colleague of mine, asked me to take a portrait of him on his point and shoot while we sat developing some rolls of film. Now, at the time, I didn't think too much of it. A simple photo to capture a particular moment seemed pretty on brand for someone getting their master's in photography. Now, 2 years removed and significantly more thoughtful of the art that I bring into this world, while also being more focused on the longevity of my career, I've realized the unique opportunity that self-portraits have to offer an artist. Far too often, I feel so enveloped within the art that I'm crafting at that moment in time that I become almost too comfortable allowing that piece of work to speak on behalf of myself, never really caring to explain much of the reason for it or hold on to it. Essentially, approaching my art with a mere, it is what it is mindset. They'll either get it or they won't. I never felt much of a need to explain my art, so I would usually take the back seat in terms of showing the world who exactly Donnie Letterman is. As I've continued growing, I've begun to take a different approach. This I can thank to an increasingly and persistent interest in numerous mediums of art, particularly photography and painting. Oftentimes, I find myself becoming so awestruck by other artists when they offer the world a portrait of themselves, how they see themselves. And the more I ponder on it, the more I start to see its function for the artist. That being a means of tracking one's own artistic growth. It's the idea of having something to look back on and remember more visually where your headspace was at that time. Particularly for me as I continuously release more and more bodies of work with the film or the tape and everything in between. I want there to exist one photo to help aid in tracking that particular growth for when I do look back on it all. You know, when I do look back on everything that's to come this year, I just want to be afforded the opportunity for myself to just take it in and, think, that's what it was like for me during that time. It was incredibly new and exciting. I don't know. Maybe it's just the idea of self-preservation that I really am becoming fond of. None of us are immortal. We surely won't live on this earth forever. And as much as I may try to fight it, I know that I won't be 23 for the rest of my life. At some point, I'll probably have to grow up. At some point. For now, enjoy this portrait of this artist as a young man. At the age of 23.
sun.